There are two types of slot machines that are commonly used in the United States: Class 3 machines and Class 2. I'm going to briefly explain both types of machines, and then we're really going to focus on Class 3 machines, as that's what's used in Vegas. And on this channel, we talk about all things vacationing Las Vegas, including hotels, restaurants, shows, and then some of these gambling type of videos. If you're into these gambling videos, hit the like button so I know people actually want to see these videos. Class 3 slot machines are the ones that everyone thinks of. They're your standard slot machines. Class 2, on the other hand, is where things start getting really confusing. They're mostly in states where slot machines aren't allowed. A good analogy would be something like this. Your neighborhood rec center might be approved to have some fun games like bingo, but they aren't allowed to have a full-blown casino. Some states are like this. So what do these states do? They have bingo machines that look and act like slot machines. They look just like normal slot machines, and the customer has no idea. They're actually playing electronic bingo. They're generally in places where Class 3 machines are either illegal or they have some kind of government regulation where they have to have a mix of both of them. I was also told by a slot technician that his casino has been adding more and more of them because somehow it saves the casino money. Not through the payout to the customers, but something to do with the maintenance costs and the cost of the machines. But he did say that the Class 2 machines were harder to work on and a bigger pain to maintain, so I'm not really sure. So a ton of machines link up to play bingo together. There's no telling how many machines are linked together. It could be all the machines in one bank, it could be machines all over the casino floor, or it could be like every penny machine in the entire state. Every time you spin, you get a new bingo card, and then you're randomly issued bingo balls. They land on the card, and that determines what you win. There's a pay table in the rules. It'll tell you what each bingo is worth. B down might be worth 20 cents. I down could be worth like $10, and N down might be worth the progressive jackpot. Then the reels will spin and it'll land on some kind of combination that kind of matches what you won on your bingo balls. For the most part, they're using a roundabout way to have the user experience and the pay and everything match what a Class 3 machine does. Though one of the biggest differences between a Class 3 machine and a Class 2 machine is in the bonus round. Class 2 machine, as soon as you had hit that spin button, it already knows what you'd won. So anything that happens in the bonus round is already predetermined. It might even ask you to, pick something 1 through 4. What you pick doesn't matter because the bingo balls were cast as soon as you hit the button. It's already determined what you won, and it has no bearing on the game. Class 3, on the other hand, every time you hit the spin button, it's random. So what happens in the bonus round is still random. Class 3 is what most people talk about when talking about slots. They're 100% random. They use a chip inside of them called a random number generator. The entire design of this chip is to make the game as random as humanly possible. As soon as you hit the stop button on the machine, a random combination is generated. All the flashing lights, spinning reels, and anything else is just for show. You can hit the button again to make the reel stop sooner, but the machine already knows what you want. One of the big misconceptions with slot machines, they think of it like a deck of cards. Like your wins and losses are predetermined. Like it's gonna go win, loss, win, and if somebody else had been sitting at the machine, it would have done the same thing. They'd have the same pattern, but that's not how it works at all. It's more like picking ping pong balls for the lottery. Just because you reach your hand in there and you grab a 7 doesn't mean that somebody else is going to reach their hand in and also grab a 7. The random number generator is changing about 10,000 times every second. To win a jackpot, you need to hit the button at the exact right microsecond that combination is active. It also has no memory. If the odds to win a jackpot are like 1 in 100,000, the very next spin your odds are still 1 in 100,000. The payout percentage is set by the slot technician that works on the machine. Changing the payout percentage is not something that's done often. The casino needs a good reason to do it. In some jurisdictions, they need to schedule it out ahead of time and get approval. In Nevada, they don't have to schedule it out ahead of time. They're able to make changes to the machines, but then they have to keep track of all the records of when they changed them and why they did it. Then they get audited from time to time to make sure all the records match what the machine machines are actually set at. But nobody's going around and changing the payout percentages from day to day. It's a big deal for them to change. There are server-based machines that they've started rolling out where they can change them remotely. From what I understand, they use these to raise the denominations when they get busy, similar to table games raising their minimums. In my opinion, there's nothing shady going on with them, but I do think they're a bad look. They've sparked all kinds of conspiracy theories, and when the casino business model involves people trusting the casinos, conspiracy theories are a really bad look. From what I understand, most casinos in Vegas aren't using these, though I know the TI has some, and I'm sure some of the other casinos have started rolling some out. Another thing to understand with slot machines is that the payout percentage is set by the denomination. The higher the denomination, the better the payout's gonna be. In the same casino, the penny machines might pay out 88%, and the dollar machine might pay out like 95%. This might tempt you to play a higher denomination, but you might want to think about that a little differently. On average, you're gonna be losing about 1/10 of a penny per spin for every line that you play on a penny slot. And then on average, you're gonna be losing about 5 cents for every spin for every line on a dollar machine. So even though they're letting you keep a bigger percentage of your money for each spin, you're still losing money 50 times faster on a dollar machine. If you want to hear about all the myths and wives' tales with slot machines, I'm gonna be doing a deep dive and talking to some of the experts in the field and people who work in the industry and really try to get the truth of what's going on. If you made it this far, could you hit the like button? It really does help out the channel. Before your next Vegas trip, get educated. Thanks for watching.